well, no one will have
That's
the
what
right
I'm
to
saying,
step
because
in.
they have interests outside Nigeria. Now we
So
can,
it's on us as a
with
people.
what is happening in Niger now, you can see that a lot of people that call themselves Nigerians and have a position of ruling us in Nigeria may not even be Nigerians. So because they have houses, they have relatives, their interests. If Nigeria fail, they have elsewhere, they have double passport, they have a lot of us. A lot of politicians in Nigeria have dual citizenship.
But the masses
They
vote
have
them
places.
in. But we also vote them
Because they have impoverished the masses, and masses seem to be dumped. They don't have what to do when they come. That's why we are doing our own bit to ensure that masses begin to vote with their head.
Well,
And not with their
there's a saying
stomach.
that sometimes the people deserve the kind of leaders that they have. I
It's
don't know if that
unfortunate.
applies
It's
to the Nigerian
unfortunate.
case study. We have the coals. It's raining coals in here, but we have to go make some money, pay bills very, very quickly, and let's do a quick advertorial right now. You want to run a hype. You want your businesses heard. You want to bring it down to Diamond 88.7 FM, like my Yoruba people will say, what do you think? You know, and all of that. Yeah, it means you get good value for your money. You walk in. Okay, walk in. It's you can walk into our offices at the Yidi Road and just talk to our people right here. Let's go make some money. When we return, we'll proceed with the conversation on the Diamond Breakfast Show right here. We're moving on to the next topic that we've got. This one revolves around when two sister agencies or inter-security agencies, roll up their sleeves and get into a good old fight. Talking about the Lasema and the Nigerian army soldiers. You must have seen that on social media. We'll cut straight to the stories when we return. Do stay tuned.
kókó lára ọ̀tá le. gbéra ńlẹ̀ kó dìde. kára ó lè pè ń ban. àtọ̀ra wọ̀ àtúrà pẹ̀sẹ̀ àtúrà dáadáa. kegun tó kegun náà. kára ó yá gágá. ara ń roni tẹ́lẹ̀ kò roni mọ́. tẹ̀bá ti fi kára ó lè pè ń ban ra. lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọnú igun. tó sì ń ṣe àtúntò rẹ̀. òṣùbù yẹ̀kẹ́ fa párọ̀ tàbí fi ẹsẹ̀ dá. fi kára ó lè pè ń ban bọ̀. káì ara rẹ̀ ó lè padà yakinlala. action action. ó jẹ́ ara ríro tàbí ẹ̀yìn dídùn. kára ó lè pè ń ban lọ́kọ̀ gbogbo wọn. agbára pọ̀. kára ó lè pè ń ban. tuyi pharmaceutical industries limited. àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká po oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. kára ó lè pè ń ban. ẹ̀rọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pín ìrèpàtú òpèrè ta pàtà pọ́npọ́n. kára ó lè pè ń ban. ó kì í síbẹ̀. kára ó lè pè ń ban rẹ̀ àtúrà dáadáa.
And welcome back to the program, The Diamond Breakfast Show. If you're just tuning in, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show. First half, we've got less than 26 minutes to the end of the program, and we're discussing Nigeria. The topical stories we just discussed labor strife on likelihood of the fuel price soaring beyond the 616 naira per liter price. And they said, well, we will down tools without even any room for negotiations. If you dare it, the NNPC has come out to say, well, that's just a rumor. There's nothing to it. And Nigerians have had things to say about this. Keep the conversations going, and you can keep those messages coming in on 0913 6556 864. Again, that is 0913 6556 864. Or you can call 0913 6556 952. Our guest in the studio this morning is Dr. David Kayode Eindero, Executive Director, Nigerian Workforce Strategy and Enlightenment Center. He's also a public policy analyst. Doctor, it's good to have you join us this morning.
Thank you.
Well, Doctor, let's move on to this one that's been trending in the news. No fewer than 15 officials of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASTMA, have reportedly been injured in the ongoing crisis between them and some soldiers in Lagos. Consequently, LASTMA officials withdrew from their duty post in Lagos State over fear of being attacked by soldiers. From Ojota to Mautu, there was no sight of the officials. Those on the BRT lanes were not exempt from the withdrawal either. It's over a situation involving a soldier with an unknown identity who was in a vehicle that was apprehended by the LASTMA officials for violating traffic rules. The soldier reportedly intervened by appealing to the LASTMA officials to allow the driver of the vehicle to go because of him. But all entreaties fell on deaf ears as all passengers in the vehicle were ordered to alight for the vehicle to be taken to the LASTMA yard in Oshodi. An altercation between the soldiers and LASMA officials degenerated into a fight during which the latter was outnumbered and overpowered. He was reportedly beaten and dragged to the ground by the LASMA officials. Well, Doctor, it's not the first time we're hearing the stories. It's either the EFCC and the DSS today, or tomorrow is the LASMA. As amusing as it is for some Nigerians who like anything uniform, like, oh yes, now that's two of you fighting, that's us against them. It's a really bad look.
It's just a pointer to what is happening generally in Nigeria.
What do you mean?
You see, there are people that see themselves be above the law, or some felt they are not covered by laws because they have authorities. The soldiers will believe that LASMA should know that this law does not cover him, that he is a special person because he's in military. You have police they are supposed to maintain the law and order, to maintain law and order, but they will feel like that law does not cover them. In fact, they can drive against the traffic because they are soldiers, because they are LASMA, but they can arrest others, and that is people in a position of authority too. They believe that there are certain laws that are not supposed to reach their side because they are more than that law, and that is actually, and also it also talks about another problem that we have in this country where paramilitary and military officers are jealous of each other and they are working counterproductive to each other, and they are also like trying to make wave, trying to take credit instead of them to look at the national security as the main thing, as a collective the duty, as a collective thing that they're supposed to do together. So, and it's also show the level of impunity in this country, where some guys will just come from the barracks and just decide to bamboozle anybody that seems to done this to the soldiers, and resulting to physical fight. When I saw that video initially about the LASMA and the beating the soldier man, I knew it's going to generate to this because it's usually like that. You see, there are some young people that have joined soldiers these days that believe that they are above the law and they can move around. Even when the way they are moving, they brag. They tell you, I'm a soldier man. They want to use it to distort the lines in the bank. They want to use it to tell you they are supposed to be attended to first, even in the university, in the hospitals. All these things are telling us what the state of this nation, that the laws in this country is not effective. Well, and it's not effectual.
Well, someone to talk about. We have one third story, but let's get some reactions on this one. The intelligence, there are those who've spoken about, obviously, like you've rightfully pointed out, we have fractured relationships amongst, the sister
fractured
agencies.
relationship, very, very fractured.
Agencies that
and the agencies that believe that if you are working on anti-corruption now, corruption, you believe that you are above corruption. It doesn't cover you. So you can do anything when it comes to corruption because you are the one in charge of corruption. And you can see that a lot of their CEOs have been under investigation, and a lot of their young people should also be investigated because of the way they display words that they cannot explain, unexplained words, because they have opportunity to hold arm. You are now giving the ammunition to armed robbers. All these things is a display of the state of our society, social economic society. We need to really focus on it, and even if possible, if the foundation is faulty, maybe we should all sit down and rebuild.
All right, 0913-655-6952. That's the number to call. Again, that is 0913-655-6952, or you can call 08000-887-887. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're live. What's your name, please?
Mr. Shukuti on the line.
Mr. Shukuti, it's good to have you join us. Please go ahead.
The NLC have been a major problem for this country. Most of the time, we have issues. They choose the type of government they fight. It is not all government they fight. I want to believe that throughout the tenure of President Muhammadu Buhari, I've never seen them going for strike once or starting to go on strike like they are doing now, like they did during Jonathan's era. I want to put it to you, sir. When we have little problem, you fight it out. The problem have piled up for you now. I'm telling you, you cannot win this battle. NLC cannot win this battle. They have left a lot of battle on fight, and now the battles are now fighting back. You cannot expect the government to reduce the pump price, to increase the government, the workers' salary, to increase, to bring out palliative, to do all these things at once. Because you're supposed to have started fighting all these things. In fact, you pamper government of Buhari a lot. You pampered that government a lot. You supported that government, and it was clearly obvious. I don't know what again you came from that government. Maybe you people, the LSE needs to be investigated. I even know why and how their actions changes varies from one government to the other. I don't know. So if you have been fighting all these things before now, I want to believe we might be left with a simple fight, maybe on pump price, this thing. But now, see how many things, a lot of problems that has a pile up. How do you want to fight that at once? You can't win this battle.
All right, Mr. Shukwu.
It's obvious as
very much.
You see, you know what? People want to mistake the job of NSC as people to run the government. We are not. I'm not an NSC, but I mean NSC person. The leadership of NSC are not to run the government for government.
Well, they're more like watchdogs.
They are supposed to be watchdogs.
Well,
and
watchdogs.
call the
How
attention
often have
of
they
government.
cried about issues? I think that's the point he's
They
making.
are not.
Well,
they do their best. And don't forget that what is he is noticing. I don't know which side he's speaking for. Maybe for the masses or from the NSA.
Well, he's speaking for the
but let me tell you,
I
think the NSA is more for the masses, and we cannot say because we want they are watchdogs. They must bring down the whole house. We must regulate.
Let's
also,
talk about the
while you are
approaches.
angry.
Doctor.
While you are angry, you want to express your anger.
Doctor.
You cannot bring down the whole.
Doctor, you've of course you've grown, you've witnessed a lot. What era would you say is the golden era of the NLC in terms of its activism?
Yes, you want to quickly refer to Oshiomhole era.
Why
you
do you think
want to quickly refer to?
Why do you consider that to be
do you
the
know why?
golden era?
In every tactical group, we have the strategist and we have the combatant.
All right.
In leadership, if Buhari is lucky to have the strategists as in leadership, that time they will believe in Jojo. They want to talk all the time.
Doctor, you haven't answered my
But
question.
now we have in the NSC we have Ajero, who is a combatant.
Doctor, you haven't answered my question.
He believes in attack.
Doctor, I just asked you a question.
And that is what is happening now.
Doctor, I just asked you a question about, overseeing the activities of different presidents, different chairmen, different eras of the NLC activism.
I've
you
answered
pointed out, the
you
Oshiomhole,
want to quickly point to Oshiomhole, but do you know that's what I'm trying to explain.
Why do you think the Oshiomhole era
in
was
every
the
leadership
era?
we have Buhari government, for instance, he said he had the air issue. And he also exhibit the air matter by not listening to people. He will just go dump, and he's not even listening. And he has unleashed. He's the one that had the machine guns and all the AK-40 whatever everywhere, and he's in control of the military.
Doctor,
And the NSC people don't have they don't have what's it called gun protector. So they are there to call people's attention. But when people are not willing to move, when you are moving and the other people are not moving, we have a situation. You will see people exhibiting it during the election, and you can see. I'm not saying that the strategic leaders are doing well, but Buhari is an exceptional person that they refused to even talk when there was this youth uprising. The NSAS, you can see the way he went dumped. So we have a very exceptional thing. That's why I was surprised when people voted APC again to come to power. Sincerely speaking, I'm not opinion that APC should have this benefit. I thought they should, no matter what, there should be consequences for giving us very terrible government in 8 years, and now they are continuing.
Well, Doctor,
but when you say it, some APC people will now say you are partisan. They will begin to bring in politics into this matter.
The same way you have your right to also exercise your thoughts is the same way they also
but
have the
sincerely
right
speaking,
to
if
do
Nigerians in their vote makes every action of party to have consequence, people they will know that they must not just throw in anybody into power.
Let's pick up this one. Let's pick up this next call. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that one right there. Well, we lost that other one right there. It's the lines are like literally jammed with the calls. This one says, "Good morning, presenter and the guest in the studio. Why do our leaders can afford to? Why can our leaders afford to do good for the country? They're just sitting there sharing money without thinking of the masses. God save us from this hunger." Period. That's MC Matuga. This one here says. Good morning, House. This is what I have been saying. You asked from Dr. Aindera now why he's not part of the system that is ruling us, and he said, not yet time. When will it be time? When the whole system collapses, then our lofty ideas becomes no value again. Dr. Aindera and Dr. Zeal, please go and join them. Issa Mohammed from Ilori. All right, somebody has collected the scribblet. Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're live. What's your name and where you calling us from? Abayomi, good to have you. Please go on quickly, please.
You see, this problem will keep coming because Nigeria as a country is not yet serious to be a country that is independent or a sovereign nation. And I'm highly disappointed in LLC. When people are telling us that people are not showing the signal, at NLC, they have been trying to do something. NLC has never tried to do anything. Ever since the time of Shomale, we have had the best of NLC. By now, I should have expected NLC to shout, to do everything humanly possible to ensure that the take-home of all political office holders has been reduced drastically. Is it only salary that they should fight for? By now, NLC should have told them that when they were preparing the budget, NLC should have told them, if you are preparing this budget, make sure you are before you are able to remove this subsidy. NLC can come up with a lot of things, and this is why people are disappointed in them, and people are not showing any interest in what thing they want to do. Because at the end of the day, we just alone. I said we have negotiated, and we have come back to the negotiation table.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that thought right there. Well, we can't go on. Keep the channel those thoughts through to WhatsApp on 0913 655 6864. Doctor, we have one more topic, to go through. And this one is by the Kwara State Police Command on the Ishase festival or the Ishase religious practice. The Kwara Police Command has advised traditionalists to relocate this celebration against planned celebrations by traditional religion worshippers in Ilorin, Kwara State capital on Sunday. The State Police Command on Monday raised alarm over the unfavored security report on the said celebration. The command said that available intelligence reports do not favor the kind of celebrations being planned by one of the religious sects. In a statement by the command signed by the Police Public Relations Officer PPRO Ajayo Kasomi for the State Commissioner of Police Rotimi Adelisi, the police advised the traditional religious worshippers to relocate the celebrations to another state pending a favorable security situation in the state. It's a long statement titled Security of Lives and Property in and around Kwara State, a task that must be done. Doctor, I want to ask you this. We live in a country that's said to be a secular country. We have some corners and some parts of the country that do have the Sharia law being practiced right there. They say, well, in different parts. We just coming out of an election that had to do with, the Emilokwa, no man, it's no man's land, this is somebody's land, and a whole lot of things. And then we've had this situation in the news for the past couple of weeks. The videos making the rounds. Kwara State has been in the news, and there's some who have spoken about it from the perspective of your religious intolerance. There are those who say, well, no, you have to go with the practices. The dominant practice in this place is this. And when you have the majority of the voices saying, well, this is not what we want, then you have to go by that. It's a bit of a situation. Now you have the security organizations hopping in, like the Kwara State Police Command saying, well, at this point in time, we sense that, this could quickly degenerate into a bad situation, and to avoid that, we are
yes, I think
preventing that. What do you think about this?
I think in books, Nigeria happen to be supposed to be
in books.
We are supposed to. Anybody practice is a freedom of religion, freedom of whom you decide to serve, and that is in books. But we have societal sensitivity in every society, there are some things you cannot do in the north. They have killed a lot of people in the north for some practices against religion, and nothing happens in law, and nobody is being held responsible. And it has also happened in the east too, or somewhere else, where religion has been taken so far. I want to tell you, without mentioning word, that Nigeria is not yet mature. We have not reached maturation when it comes to religious practice, when it comes to tribal. We are highly sensitive about it, and that is bringing us down, because we don't really appreciate the beauty of everybody. We say it in books, we say it in places where we talk about peace. It's just by word of mouth. We are hypocrites everywhere. Even religion, politicians use religion to do their campaigns, and nobody is talking about it. So we are saying that if the police have seen that this is going to cause public damage than good, I think they have the right to stop. But everybody, if these SSA people, they have been doing their SSA thing without any media hype.
Attention.
They have been doing their things. Even some of the people shouting and trying to claim holier than thou, they are also part of them. So let it go. Let people do their thing. Let's serve their God in their own houses.
Well, Dr. Idera, it's not just a Kwara situation. Recently, an Oshun monarch recently barred traditional worshippers from appeasing deities. The Oluwovi Oba Abdul Rashid Akombi recently warned that any form of sacrifice to appease deities is forbidden in Iwo town. He also ordered traditional religion worshippers in his domain to desist from holding their yearly Oro festival. Oba Akombi said anyone caught with the sacrifice should be made to eat
it's unbecoming of a king in Yoruba land to try to make to downplay your traditional institution. It's highly unbecoming of that man.
It seems to be a trend right now.
Yeah, because that's what we major in minor. We have better issues in this country. We will now be talking about religion. We will just and politicians are enjoying it because it's distracting us from the main issue of our well-being. We will focus, the Christian, the Muslim, everybody will focus on what is personal to you, and God is going to deal with you on a personal note. And we will leave politicians to have free time to do whatever they want to on the core matter.
Doctor, we'll have to pick up calls in a bit. Let's see if we can pick up our 2 or 3 calls in a bit on this. But there are those who say that over the past couple of months, we've seen the traditionalists also rise to say, you know what, we have major religions for quite a while now. They've just stayed at the backdrop. But apparently right now, it seems like, you know what, we have rights too. Just like the Christians, just like the Muslims. As traditionalists as well, we have the right to also, and constitutionally.
They have. And let me tell you, are we even sure that they are not the major religion? Are you sure that all those in the Christendom, in the Muslims, they are not practicing all these things? We are building kingdom of hypocrites everywhere in this country that major in minor and want to appear as if they are better than others. Doctor, I think religion should be personal.
Doctor, let's open up the phone lines the last time today, where we're taking a look at any of the topics from the NLC warning about it having to go on a strike if there's an increase in the fuel price, moving away from that to the altercation between LASMA and the army officials. Last but not the least, the traditional worshippers. The recent instruction by the Kwara State Police Command saying, well, we sense that, you know, there might be some disturbance and we don't want that. So all planned activities revolving around, you know, the traditionalist celebration should be put on hold, celebrated elsewhere. 0913 655 6952. That's the number via which you can reach us. And, well, we're still taking your WhatsApp messages. 0913 655 6952. Let's take a couple of messages. This one here says, hi, good morning, FTO guests and listeners. Please, what about Dangote refinery that was set to open 2 months ago? If the government officials are serious, they can make efforts to make sure it starts functioning, since they are not ready to repair the ones we have. Think Dangote too has received money to make life miserable to us. I'm Mohammed from Maiduguri. God bless Diamond FM. Well, that's your take, right? I don't know. If you're a legend, you know, it's radio. If you say someone's taking money, you better come in factual. Man, I'm not trying to get myself into some trouble. All right, this one here says, this one here. Let's pick up this one. Hello, good morning. Oh man, man. It's the Ikwe that is giant Ikwe. I'm sorry. All right, this one right here said, oh my God, this is an epistle. This one says Timmy Presilva and other corporate thieves in NNPC now fraudulently turned NNPCL by rogues. Okay, now this is insultive. Okay, now what we do on the radio is if you want to come in, it's just because it's radio. We do have a platform via which, you can share your thoughts and opinions, but you have to do it in an agreeable manner. All right, in an agreeable manner, what you say in a way and other person says in a different way. So we do not use certain words on our radio. Okay, is that good? You might want to rephrase and resend. Hello, good morning.
Hello, this is Dr. calling back from Mokwa.
Good to have you. Please go on quickly.
You see what I want to comment the analyst there. He has done so good to this issue and situation. You see, I'm not the police. I'm not the imam. I'm a Muslim. That's why I like the Christians. They nothing concerned them. Their role is just to preach to them. If they accept, they take. If they didn't accept, they leave them alone. You see, I'm not got these people. Those who have not tested this HSA or have sham, I'm not the police, I'm not the imam. Let them be the first.
Hello. All right. I don't know, but you just went off right there. But I think his point was that, about tolerance and a whole lot of things. Let's see if we can pick up one last one, and then it's a wrap on the show this morning. Okay, all right. Another one here. Okay. I think I took this one already. Time's the only thing we don't always have, and I'm afraid we have to leave it at this. The show comes up Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's always so interactive. We get a platform via which we can put forward our different views, so long as they're done in an agreeable manner. Now, my guest has been Dr. David Kayode Eindero, Executive Director, Nigerian Workforce Strategy and Enlightenment Center. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And my name is Babatunde Okunlola. Friends call me FTO. Up next is Ebawadasi with Ayola, who's standing close by. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same station. Let me go try to convince Dr. Eindero. He has to pick up a form. Let's go form your party. All right, you have a great morning.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your favorite radio station.